My beloved child, do not take faith as a key to unlock a treasure that quickly fades. I tell you this, the collisions and wounds you encounter along the journey of life are not given for you to retaliate, but for you to learn patience in love, to practice forgiveness, even when your heart longs to strike back. Faith is not a privileged ticket to escape hardship. It is the provision that enables you to pass through darkness without losing the light. There are those who have turned faith into a fishing rod for instant miracles, yet the more they cast their line, the more entangled they become in the net of ambition. There are those who believe they hold the keys to heaven, yet in truth, they open only the door of illusion that leads to emptiness. And there are souls who crave a sudden turning point, yet neglect the enduring transformation of a heart being refined. If you keep chasing breakthroughs like a thirsty wanderer in the desert, you will only drink illusions. For real water does not come in glittering crystal cups, but from the underground spring that flows slowly and cool. Do not dream of miracles that patch a cracked heart, for it is repentance itself that becomes the mortar sealing each fragment back together. Easy open doors often lead astray, but the narrow door opens unto life. Believe that delays are not rejections, but your Father's arms shielding you from poisoned gifts. Stop lamenting your fate. Stop hunting down those who have wounded you. You are not called to live as a victim, but as a disciple. The battle you face is not merely the blows of people, but spiritual warfare that demands daily discipline. Do not fix your gaze on exposing others, for the Word of God desires first to illuminate your own heart. Forgiveness and humility are the path that leads to true strength, a strength that no one can take from you. Forgiveness is not to let others win, but to set yourself free. The more you cling to your dossier of revenge, the more you draw darkness over your tomorrow. Forgiveness diffuses the explosive hidden inside, while boundaries form the fence protecting your peace. Leave judgment to God and simply continue your steps lightly. When you no longer crave to compete, when peace grows large within your soul, that is the sign of maturity. Remember that God's clock never runs wrong. Slow does not mean late. It means the Father is clearing the road ahead. The right door must align with the right person, the right time, and the right purpose. Patience is not sitting motionless, but preparing learning, arranging yourself to step in when the moment comes. Steadfast faith is measured not under stage lights, but in the quiet days of silent faithfulness. My child, I see how often your heart grows restless, like one standing before a closed door, hoping it will swing open in an instant. But a hastily opened door often leads to a dead end, while the door prepared by the Father always requires time for forging. You long for a miracle as an instant fix, but what comes easily often inflates the ego without transforming the inner nature. Remember that a sign is only a signal, not the destination. Without repentance, even a miracle becomes a snare that makes you think you have arrived. I do not desire you to live off flashing bolts of lightning, but to take root in the unfading truth. Recall the Israelites in the wilderness. They saw manna fall from heaven every morning, water gush from a barren rock, and the Red Sea split for them to walk across on dry ground. Yet were they truly changed? They still grumbled, still built a golden calf to worship, because their hearts never truly humbled themselves. Those miracles were not enough to make them a faithful people, for they treated signs as food for the belly rather than training for the soul. So too, my child, if you only want to see doors open quickly, you will miss the most important lesson. The true miracle is the transformation of a once hardened heart. Do not think every delay is a punishment. Often I use it as a hedge of protection. You yearn for money to arrive swiftly, but I know wealth without a solid foundation soon becomes a consuming fire. You desire explosive opportunity, but I know that opportunity without discipline and responsibility only leads you astray. I let you taste slowness so you may learn patience. I postpone some open doors so you may learn discernment. Otherwise, you will think blessing is an instant gift, when the true blessing is the silent preparation where the old self is gradually chiseled away. My child, miracles do not heal a sluggish heart. Only humility and true repentance can soften it. When the heart changes, you will realize that miracles are not the center of a life of faith, but the fruit of a deep relationship with me. Some things I do not give immediately, not because I am stingy, but because I love you enough not to hand you something that will harm you. I want you to learn to walk steadily, not to wait for an elevator that lifts you to the summit in a moment. And then when you understand, you will see that the true miracle is not an instant breakthrough to satisfy you, but a transformed life, steadfast, and knowing that the right door will open in its appointed season. Like a seed sown into the soil, it does not sprout at once, but in that stillness its roots grow deep. Silence, delay, and testing are the very ground where resilient faith grows. Do not fear the wait, for in the waiting you are being trained to move forward with enduring strength. From this foundation I will lead you into a new journey, where you no longer live as one who complains, but as a true disciple, leaving behind the role of victim to enter the spiritual discipline I have prepared. I have seen the times when you wanted to heap all your pain and grievance onto the scales of justice, wishing those who hurt you would receive what they deserve. But my child, the longer you hold on to the mindset of a victim, the tighter you bind yourself in chains of bitterness. Such a perspective does not make you stronger. It only closes your heart and slows your soul's steps. Being called as a disciple means you no longer live under the title of the harmed, but stand in a new identity belonging to me, bearing the mark of the one who has overcome. You will never see the dawn if you insist on remaining in the night because darkness once covered your life. Remember Joseph, the son, thrown into a pit by his own brothers, sold to strangers, then falsely accused and imprisoned. Had he clung to victimhood, hatred would have withered him in the dungeon. But Joseph did not stop at resentment. He saw my hand even in the wounds and learned to be a disciple in captivity. When I lifted him to become governor, his forgiveness became the bridge that brought his entire family into the land of salvation. You see, what set Joseph apart was not less pain, but a heart that turned away from victimhood to embrace the role of one sent forth. If you keep obsessing over the one who harmed you, your eyes will remain nailed to the indictment and forget that the real battle is not of flesh and blood. Your pain is not to collect evidence, but to train your spiritual eyes to look up to me. Each time you devote yourself to my word, to prayer, to practicing righteousness in the small details of life, you are equipping yourself with true armor. Victory does not come from shouting for vindication, but from the quiet sigh of hidden prayer. As you practice daily discipline, you will find the wounds no longer master you, for grace has poured into each crack, turning it into a place radiant with glory. Do not think that humbling yourself makes you weak. In humility, you will find lasting strength. I have promised that those who exalt themselves will be brought low, but those who humble themselves will be lifted up. If you keep feeding resentment, you will be swallowed by darkness. But when you lay it down, you lose nothing. Rather, you gain wings to soar above the hurt. Let my word first expose your own heart so you may see the hidden corners within. Only when the inner life is illuminated can healing flow like an unending river. And my child, when you have tasted the freedom of a disciple, you will know that breakthrough does not lie in others being brought down, but in your own ability to forgive, to release, and to remain faithful to my call. From there you will discover a deeper truth. Forgiveness is not the end, but the beginning. It opens another door where you learn what healthy boundaries are, what wisdom is to safeguard your peace. From this turning point, I will lead you further, so you may see that forgiveness is the way out of every chain, and setting boundaries is the fence that guards your soul from those who sow poison. I know there are memories like daggers. Touching them brings pain, and you think letting go is weakness. But the truth is, the opposite, clinging to resentment, lets the toxin flow silently through your soul's veins. Forgiveness is not denying the wound, but removing the fuse that threatens to destroy your peace. A heart that refuses to forgive will soon crack apart, for bitterness is like a root that grows deep and bears poisonous fruit that destroys joy. The longer you hold on to your file of vengeance, the longer you imprison yourself in the dark room you locked. Forgiveness is the key that opens the door to the light. Remember Stephen, who while being stoned, lifted his eyes to heaven and prayed, "Lord, do not hold this sin against them." In the storm of hatred, he chose forgiveness, not because they deserved it, but because his heart had been widened by the Holy Spirit. Just like Jesus on the cross, when the mockers still sneered, he did not curse, but said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." You see, forgiveness is not brushing aside justice, but entrusting it to the one who judges righteously. Only when you hand the case to me can you walk free, no longer dragging the darkness of the past into your future. Setting boundaries, my child, is not a cold act. It is wisdom to guard your heart from poisoned hands. Forgiveness is the way out of the prison of bitterness, while boundaries are the fence that protects your peace. You cannot control how others treat you, but you can decide not to let them shape the rhythm of your life. When you know how to stop at the right time, how to say enough, that is not indifference, but care for your soul. Forgiveness and boundaries always walk together, for without one of them you will fall into extremes, either being suffocated by hatred or exploited to exhaustion. I want you to understand that forgiveness does not erase memory, but it dissolves the weight of it. The scar remains, yet it becomes a testimony of victory rather than a shard of glass that cuts. Forgiveness is a sign of spiritual maturity, where peace gradually overtakes the urge to compete or retaliate. When you forgive, you are not diminishing your worth. On the contrary, you are lifting yourself above the games of darkness. And when you set boundaries, you are not shrinking charity, but safeguarding the ability to love in a healthy way. Then you will realize this: forgiveness and boundaries do not close off the future, but open a new path, a place where you learn to live more lightly, to walk more freely, no longer weighed down by records of revenge or toxic ties. It is when you allow me to be the judge that you begin to see what true freedom really is. And from that step, you will gradually grasp another secret: that delays, silences, and circles of waiting are not neglect, but my classroom for the art of patience. There you will learn that my clock never runs wrong, and that waiting is the medicine for a steadfast faith. My child, there are moments when you think I am silent, as though your prayers fall into emptiness with no reply. You wait, you count, you compare yourself with others, and sigh, why do their doors open quickly while mine remains locked? But my clock never runs wrong. It simply does not operate according to the hurried schedule you impose. Delay is not a sign I have forgotten you, but evidence that I am shaping you to step through the true door with a heart strong enough to bear its weight. If I were to give you what your soul is not yet ready for, even a blessing would turn into a burden. Remember the story of Abraham. I promised him descendants as numerous as the stars, yet that promise was not fulfilled instantly. Years passed, his hair turned white, his wife's womb no longer able to conceive. In the eyes of men, the clock had run out, hope extinguished. Yet in that very moment, when there was nothing left to rely on but me, Abraham witnessed my miracle. You see, I often appear late in the eyes of men, but right on time in mine. For I was not merely giving a child, but engraving into human history a message. My timing transcends every calculation, so that no one may boast they achieved it on their own. Patience. My child is not sitting idly with folded hands waiting for opportunity to knock. Patience is the art of preparation, learning and reordering your life, so that when the right door opens, you are neither confused nor unready. Look at David. After he was anointed king, he did not ascend the throne immediately. He spent years fleeing through the wilderness, learning to lean on me amid danger. Those days of pursuit shaped him into a man who could soothe souls with a harp, wield a sword to protect his people, and bow before me to restrain his power. Without the school of waiting, the throne would have been a snare of destruction. So it is with you. Each day of waiting is not wasted, but a hidden fragment completing the picture of your life. Do not mistake slow for late. There are doors I deliberately delay because I am removing from your path false allies, those who, if they walked with you, would turn blessing into bargaining. I am clearing away debris that does not belong to your future, so that you do not enter a new season carrying old burdens. You may grieve the loss of some relationships or opportunities, but trust me, this is not deprivation, it is liberation. For the right door opens only when three elements align: the right person, the right season, and the right purpose. Miss one and blessing becomes a chain. My child, the measure of faith is not how loudly you rejoice when the door opens, but how faithful you remain before the spotlight arrives. A life that stays steadfast in the hidden place, persistent in the quiet corners, is proof that you have learned the rhythm of heaven's clock. Like a seed in the ground, everyone thinks it is useless when buried, but in truth it is quietly taking root, preparing for the day it will rise as a tree. So it is with you. Those anonymous days are when I am laying deep foundations, so you may stand firm before the testing lights. And then when the door opens, you will see that every moment of waiting had meaning. You will understand that had it opened earlier, you might not have been wise enough to walk through, patient enough to steward it, or loving enough to keep the blessing from turning toxic. My timing is always perfect, for it is not only for your benefit but also tied to the mission of those around you. You are not called to live for yourself but to serve, and therefore blessings never come for display but to nourish many souls. My child, learn to trust my clock. Though the minute hand seems still, though the hour hand seems slow, I am unfolding a schedule beyond all calculations. Every moment of waiting is a chance for your faith to grow, for your soul to strengthen, and for you to learn that the true miracle is not a door swinging open swiftly, but a heart that walks steadfastly in my season. When you understand this, you will be ready to step into a new stage where calling is no longer something to boast of, but a journey to serve and uplift others. Do not think that when I lift you up, it is for you to stand on the mountain peak and display yourself. No, my child, my hand never raises anyone merely for them to admire their own reflection in the mirror of pride. Every elevation of mine carries one purpose, that you may serve. The higher the position, the heavier the responsibility. The more eyes upon you, the deeper your humility must be. Elevation is not a reward for skill, but a summons to faithfulness. Remember, spiritual authority is not a stage for the ego, but an open hand that cares for the weak and lifts the weary. Look at Moses, and you will see clearly. I gave him the staff of power so the Red Sea would part water, would spring from a barren rock, and my people could pass safely. But Moses did not wield that staff to prove his own greatness. He chose instead to bear the burden of the people, to endure their complaints, to suffer their rebellion, and to stand as an intercessor when they deserved destruction. That power was not given for display, but to be a bridge between humanity and grace. My child, when I lift you up, look to Moses and remember, true glory is not in brilliance, but in shoulders willing to bear others. Many misunderstand blessings as something to flaunt. When their pockets are full, they think they are loved more. When their name is known, they believe I favor them above others. But my child, true blessing comes with responsibility. Wealth arrives not for you to build a castle of ego, but for you to learn transparency, holy stewardship, and generous sharing. Relationships open not for you to expand a network of self-exaltation, but to become a channel of blessing, drawing the thirsty to me. If you use blessings for display, you will become a candle that burns bright for a moment and quickly dies. But if you use them to serve, you will be a torch of enduring light. I remind you, the strongest testimony is not in loud posts nor eloquent sermons. True testimony is written in a life transformed. When people see you no longer quick to anger, see you forgive instead of resent, see you faithful, even in the smallest tasks, that is the greatest miracle of all. The world does not lack beautiful speeches. It longs for truly changed lives. My child, do not seek the stage lights, but a heart that knows how to serve. For when your life becomes a living letter, they will read me in every line. Look to Christ. He who is Lord of all chose to humble himself as a servant. He washed his disciples' feet. He dined with the despised. He was willing to die as a criminal so that many could live. If my only son chose the path of service rather than display, how can his disciples walk another way? My child, being lifted up is not for others to serve you, but for you to become the hand of love reaching the suffering. True greatness always walks with humility. My child, true spiritual success is not as dazzling as fireworks, but as steady as an oil lamp burning through the night. The world admires foolish spectacle and applauds empty show, but I look to the one who sows in secret, who works faithfully where no one sees. The glory you seek is not applause, but my smile when you enter my eternal presence. Every elevation becomes empty if it only inflates the ego, but it becomes eternal when you use it to draw many souls nearer to me. Let the silent days, the moments of being lifted up, and the entrusted journeys all weave into one single purpose: to serve. Being chosen is not a privilege to indulge, but a responsibility to give. The more you give, the more you will be filled. The more you humble yourself, the more I will lift you. The more you offer, the more you will find fullness. Walk as one who knows they are chosen not to display, but to become a living witness of love. And when you live this way, you will understand the ultimate goal of every elevation is to become my extended hands in the world. Under the eternal light of the Creator, every word I speak today is a stream of cool water upon your weary soul. You have spent months placing your trust in those who seemed close, who seemed to share your pain and joy, yet they used your very trust as a sharp blade to strike from the shadows. Still, do not let your heart panic or sink into sorrow, for when I allow exposure, it is not to destroy you, but to release you from the bonds that have held your soul for so long. Know this, when the enemy is brought to light, it is also the moment a new door opens for you to walk into freedom and deep peace. You will no longer tremble at their bitter words or deceitful lies, for their power has been stripped by me, and their schemes are now only fragments falling at your feet. You are the one I have anointed, a soul chosen to carry blessings beyond human imagination. Because this blessing is too great, the hearts of the small-minded cannot contain it. They grow jealous and seek to block your path. But do not grieve or retreat, for their schemes are becoming the very platform from which you rise higher. Every tongue raised against you is silenced. Every poisonous word once loud now turns to dust under my power. I am he who shut the lions' mouths in the den. I am he who silences every serpent creeping into your circle. I am cleansing the air around you, dismantling every dark net secretly entwining you, so that every step you take becomes lighter and surer. Listen to me, my child, for this is the moment I both reveal and lift you up. As the darkness is swept away, my light shines upon your destiny, so you may know that all you have endured is not an ending, but a prelude to a new season. You are about to step into a season of divine connection, where those I send will no longer wound you, but instead uphold you, walk alongside you, and love you. You will receive sacred riches, not only material blessings, but also peace, wisdom, and protection from me. I will raise you up before the eyes of those who doubted you, that they may witness your victory in the very place where they once sought to hinder you. They thought your story was over, but, my child, I have only begun the great journey of your life. You are chosen, not forgotten, protected, not abandoned. Even now, my mighty hand reaches toward you, releasing new agreements, new relationships, unprecedented opportunities, and unimagined favor. In the very place where you were attacked, I will bless you so fully that no one will be able to deny my grace upon you. Those who mocked your prayers will bow their heads as your testimony unfolds like a flower opening at dawn. They will see you blessed and know that I have always been with you, never leaving you, never letting you walk alone on this path. I have seen how they pretended to support you, how they smiled to your face while scattering cruel words behind your back, but I am not mocked. The law of sowing and reaping has not changed. They have sown deceit, envy, and curses against you, and now they will reap the harvest of their own hands. But you will reap mercy, grace, and the abundance I have set apart for you. What I am preparing to give you is not merely recompense, but a total transformation from the inside out. Your heart will grow stronger, steadier, and wider to receive the new things I am bringing. My child, you need not fear the name of the one who shook you. That shaking was not to destroy you, but to awaken you, to reveal who truly stands with you, who I have placed in your life to support you, and who must depart so you may step into your new season. When I reveal, I also open a new path, one of freedom, healing, and restoration. I will make you stronger through the very wounds you once carried. Walk forward with unwavering faith, knowing that no enemy and no scheme can stop what I have begun in your life. I have placed an indelible mark upon your soul, a seal of choosing, of protection, of favor. What you are about to step into is not only success, but a mission, a calling, to bring the light and blessings you receive to the hearts in need. This is what will cause your blessing to increase, for my blessings are never meant to be hoarded, but to flow through you like a river, refreshing everywhere you go. Remember that every pain you endured was not in vain. They were stepping stones to make you deeper, stronger, more loving. And this love will become your greatest weapon to overcome the remaining thorns. No one can destroy what I have established. No one can dim the light I shine upon you. Believe this, rise with a peaceful heart, for every hidden enemy has been exposed, every plan against you has been broken, and you are about to enter the harvest season I prepared long ago. You are the living testimony of my grace and power. You are not only the one who overcame adversity, you are the victor, the one made to shine in the darkness, bearing witness to the goodness I have done. Every step you take next will be illuminated, every door you knock upon will open, and every prayer you lift will be answered beyond imagination. Do not look back at what has been lost, for what lies ahead is far more glorious. This is the moment for you to keep a tender heart but an iron will. Continue to love, but do not allow yourself to be deceived. Continue to trust, but place your trust in me, the one who never betrays, the one who always keeps promises and completes what he has begun. You stand at the summit of a new season, and as you cross over, nothing can turn back to stop you. You have been separated from darkness to step into light, purified to receive the fullness of grace. Be courageous, for I am with you. I go before you. I open the way for you, and no power can shut the door I have opened. These are my words to you, not only to comfort, but to awaken, not only to heal, but to lift you up. Let every word sink deep into your soul like a cool spring, so you may walk forward with unshakable faith. For right now I am doing a new thing in your life, something no enemy, no poisonous word can hinder. You will see my promise fulfilled. You will live in abundance, and you will become a witness to those who once doubted. This is both just recompense and the beginning of an unprecedented season of blessing. You are the living proof of eternal love and protection. Stand firm, lift your head high, for victory is yours, and I have begun this good work so that no one can destroy it. This is my decree, and my word shall not return empty. Beloved child, there are things in life your human eyes cannot see, but I have seen them from before your first breath. Know that every moment of your life, even what looks like delay or loss, is part of a perfect symphony I am conducting. My timing is never rushed, never late. Every heartbeat, every step, every closed opportunity has been arranged to protect you from what your heart was not yet ready to bear. You see a job that did not respond, a door slammed shut, a friend who walked away, and you think you have been forgotten. But I tell you, it was my unseen hand pulling you away from poisoned paths and from invitations that appeared as blessings but hid venom within. I did not hold you back because you were unworthy, but because I am preparing for you a path far beyond what you have expected. Understand that those who left were not a loss, but a cleansing. Those not destined for your journey, I allowed them to go so your heart could be free, so you would have space to receive the new grace I am preparing. Do not mourn what has faded. Do not imprison yourself in memories of hands no longer holding yours. Their departure is proof you are being elevated to a higher place where not everyone is pure enough to enter. Every farewell, every seeming cruelty, is but the beginning of a deeper, holier, more beautiful encounter than you can imagine. I am writing your life story with an unfading pen, and the coming pages will bear no stains of betrayal or disappointment. You may wonder why all is so quiet, why I have been silent so long. But my child, my silence is never abandonment. In the stillness I am weaving the threads of miracles. I am not only preparing better things for you, I am preparing you to receive them. If you look within, you will see you are no longer who you were years ago. You are stronger, deeper, wiser, and more trusting. The lessons, the tears, the long nights that seemed hopeless have made your soul fertile ground for the seed of glory now sprouting. And when the time comes, your life will bloom so brilliantly that even you will marvel at yourself. You need not chase blessings, for blessings are chasing you. You need not fear being forgotten, for I am leading you out of the shadows into the wide light. What is about to unfold in your life will be swift, sudden, and profound, so much so that you will not be able to explain it. When it happens, you will ask why it all came so quickly, why every door opened at once as though no obstacles ever existed. I want you to remember this moment, to know it was never coincidence, but my promise fulfilled. You have entered the stage where you no longer wait for breakthrough. Breakthrough is now happening in every breath, every step you take. Even now I have sent my peace into the house of your soul. Where there was tension, there will now be calm. Where there was confusion, there will now be clarity. Where there were tears, there will now be laughter. Peace is not something you must search for outside yourself. It is the spring I placed within you, and now it rises like an underground stream breaking through stone. As you begin to feel this peace, a new strength will emerge. No longer will fear paralyze your feet. No longer will the past weigh heavy upon your shoulders. You will stand tall walking in, my light without doubt. You will see that every step you take was prepared long ago, every person you meet chosen with care, Every opportunity opened a piece of the great picture I have painted. And when you behold that picture, you will be amazed, for it will be more beautiful than anything you imagined. My beloved, I am not only giving you a new chapter, but new eyes to see it fresh. Do not view the future through old eyes. Do not read the new page with a fearful heart. Open yourself to the unexpected, for what I am preparing lies beyond the limits of what you have known. I am placing in your hands what your heart once longed for but never dared believe you deserved. Let my peace calm every storm in your soul. Let faith guide you through the days when results are not yet visible. Let your heart open like thirsty ground receiving the first rain of the season. For what I am doing in your life is not to give you fleeting happiness, but to lay the foundation for a life of meaning, depth, and endurance. I am turning your wounds into strength, your waiting into preparation, your silence into a symphony of hope. You will not merely step into a new chapter, you will step into a new identity. No longer will you cling to what does not belong to you, but you will stand firm in my love and in my plan. When you look back, you will understand that every no I spoke over you was truly a greater yes waiting to arrive. You will see that the doors I closed were not to imprison you, but to lead you toward a door that no one can shut. I call you to be calm, to be at peace, for what you have been waiting for is no longer far away. Blessings have already begun to flow toward you, drop by drop, like a silent yet unstoppable river. And when it overflows, it will carry renewal into every area of your life, your work, your relationships, your health, your spirit. Every part of you will be revived. Every barren ground will become a green pasture. You will come to realize one thing: I am not only leading you to a place, I am making you become that very place, becoming peace itself, becoming hope itself, becoming the light to which others may come. You will not merely be a receiver of miracles, you will become the miracle for this world. When I complete my work within you, people will look at your life and know it was not by your strength but by my hand. And that very awareness will make you more humble, more grateful, and more deeply alive with purpose. So, my child, do not be afraid when you do not see change immediately. Do not doubt when everything seems still. The soil must lie quiet before it sprouts. The seed must be buried before it grows. In the same way, what I have planted in your life is quietly taking root. And one day, when my light shines upon it, you will see that tree of blessing has already grown without your knowing. By then, you will no longer ask when, for you will already be living in the answer I have given. And now, as you stand on the fragile edge between hope and despair, I come close, not as a distant image, but as a gentle breeze brushing the weary corners of your soul. I shine light into the darkness that seemed endless, where your mind has fallen and doubted your own worth. But my child, I still see within you not the flickering weakness of someone lost to life's confusion, but a resilient seed waiting for its season to bloom. A small flame that can burst into a light, illuminating the heavens with just a breath of my spirit. All the suffering you have endured is not punishment, but a furnace to forge you stronger, so that today, when my hand touches you, you will be ready to receive grace beyond human understanding. You once believed the walls of systems of society of prejudice would forever block your path, but I, the Alpha and the Omega, am stepping in, breaking those chains, opening before you pathways. No one can close doors, no power on earth can seal. I have seen your sleepless nights worn out in loneliness and despair when you uttered no words, but your spirit cried aloud, and each silent sob reached my ears like a mournful song I long to turn into a triumphant hymn. I have watched you fall, rise again in hopelessness, and still choose to believe there is an unseen hand holding you. It is this humility, the surrender amid storms, the willingness to kneel and seek light in thick darkness, that has become the doorway for me to enter. You do not know it, but every tear on your cheek has been gathered by me as precious jewels, a testimony of the faith still alive within you. You do not know it, but every prayer you whispered in the night I have used as threads to weave a new garment for your life, a garment of glory no one can tear. Therefore today I am not merely speaking to you of change. I am placing my own hand upon the wheel of your life, turning it toward the direction of miracles, the direction of deliverance, the direction of the light you once longed for, but thought you could never reach. You once believed you were lost, but I have always been there, quietly leading you through each curve, each cliff, each deep valley. No pain you have borne is meaningless. No rejection you have faced is final. Every denial has been a stone for me to lay a stronger foundation for you. I am transforming the place of rejection into the place of acceptance, turning mocking words into songs of praise, turning financial burdens into opportunities for you to witness my astonishing provision. You will no longer be chained by fear of the future, by the shadow of failure, by the dryness of your spirit. For from this day forward I pour upon you new water, new life, new blessings. Those who once wished for your downfall will be confounded to see you stand firm. They will not understand how you, with all your scars, still move forward, still smile, still walk with steadier steps than ever before. But I understand. For it is I who lifted you from the mire, who wiped your tears, who breathed strength into you when you thought you could not even draw another breath. And now what I want you to know is this. You have not been saved merely to survive. You have been saved to live a life rich with meaning, so that my light may shine through you to souls in despair. You once thought yourself small, but I see within you a warrior with a steadfast heart. You once thought you had nothing, but I have placed within you treasures that only storms can reveal. You once believed a closed door was the end, but today I declare before heaven and earth, this is only the beginning of a new era for you, an era of breakthrough, of lifting up, of complete restoration. My child, take heart. Do not let the voices around you make you doubt what I have spoken. Do not let memories of failure drag you back to the old place. For I, the one who stills the storm, who parted the sea, who led my people through the wilderness and provided each day, am doing the same for you today. I am not a distant idea. I am the living one, moving, intervening in every detail of your life. What you have not yet seen with your eyes, I have already completed in the unseen realm. What you are waiting for is drawing closer each day, not because of your own merit, but because my faithfulness never changes. So when you read these words, do not read them as mere lines on a page, but receive them as the very breath of new life. Let your faith return. Let your heart soften. Let your hands open to receive the new things that are coming. Do not look back at the past. Do not ask why everything happened as it did. Believe that all that has passed was the journey to bring you to this moment where I am lifting you up, this moment where you are being prepared to enter a new season no one has ever imagined. Your life is about to change, not only in small areas, but in your thinking, in your heart, and how you see yourself. You will no longer see yourself as abandoned, but as chosen. You will no longer see yourself as a failure, but as one called to victory. You will no longer be bound by fear of lack, by the oppression of circumstance, by the power of negative words, but you will rise with the strength of new faith, the strength of the grace I have poured out. For I have not forgotten you. I have not abandoned you. I have not turned away from your cry. I began this process long ago, and now it is only beginning to manifest in the visible world. You will see every promise I have spoken fulfilled. You will see every seed I planted in your heart bear fruit. You will see what once seemed impossible become possible, and you will know that it was not by your talent or power, but by my mighty hand at work. Therefore, my child, stand firm. Keep walking, keep praying, keep believing that I, the one who began a good work in you, will complete it fully. Even when you see no change, even when the darkness still feels thick, remember that dawn always comes after night. Remember that the sea once parted when my people stood at the edge. Remember that I once calmed a raging storm in an instant. And believe that I am doing the same for you right now, in this very circumstance, so that you may step into a new life, a life of freedom, of victory, of deep peace, surpassing all understanding. Beneath the vast heavens where gentle light pours down, I look at you with a love without limit, a love no darkness can stain. Listen closely, for what I am about to speak is not to reopen your wounds, but to dry your tears, to wash away the traces of doubt that once bound your soul. You have walked through long nights of solitude, days when you thought you might collapse within the whirlpool of pain and confusion, but now is the time of your release. I do not come to expose as a judge, but to tear the veil so that light may enter, so that the name of the one sowing doubt will have no more power over you. When I call them out, you will no longer tremble, no longer ache. You will feel light like the first fresh breath of morning. What I desire is not for you to harbor resentment, for resentment only keeps you chained in invisible bonds. I desire you to see the truth, so you may be free, so your heart may be healed, so each of your steps may be as firm as walking upon unshakable stone. I know the invisible scars deep within your soul. I know every sob you have stifled in the dark. I have heard the whispers no one else could hear, have witnessed every tear you shed when no one wiped it away. And in those very moments you thought you were most alone, my angels stood around you silently, placing their hands upon your shoulders, imparting strength so you would not fall. The battle around you is not an illusion. It is real, and it grows fiercer for every time a soul nears freedom. Darkness tries harder to hold on, but do not fear, for your breakthrough is near. Your dawn is already rising upon the horizon, and when that dawn comes, you will see that every trial was only a passing storm, while the field ahead is the place where you will walk in peace and wholeness. You have been protected by a power no force can touch. The door of your house has been sealed with sacred fire, a flame no human hand can quench. Every step you take, every breath you release, is marked as mine. No calamity can pass through that door. No darkness can invade the sanctuary I have built for you. Though outside the roar of storms may thunder, though slander and shadows may circle like blackbirds within you, remains an undying light where my angels spread their wings to cover you. You have been called out of darkness not to become an enemy of anyone, but to become a bearer of light, so that your heart may be the fountain of peace I have planted within you. My child, remember this. Truth is not a sword to strike others, but a key to unlock the prison doors of your own soul. When the name of the one who wounded you is spoken in the spiritual realm, it is not for shaming, but for release, so that from this moment on you will no longer be chained to that shadow. Each time you let go even a little, you become lighter, and that very lightness is the beginning of healing. Let every word I speak flow like cool water into the deepest cracks of your soul, softening the hardened places, soothing the burning places. Do not be afraid when I lead you through memories. I bring you there only to show you that it has ended, that the door has closed, and that you now stand at the threshold of a new beginning. The angels around you are not only your protectors, but your companions. They lift you when you stumble. They drive away the night when you lose your way. They are the sign that you have never been alone. And I, the one who calls you, have never left your side, not even for a moment. You have been chosen, marked, called out from the crowd. Do not fear the loneliness, for it is a cradle where you are nurtured in the moment of your transformation. Do not fear the whispers, for they are but faint echoes before your rising. Walk firmly, my child. You no longer need to tremble before the darkness, for the darkness has no power over you. You no longer need to bow your head before voices of doubt, for you have heard my true voice in the depths of your soul. You no longer need to seek love from empty places, for that love now flows from my own source. Walk as one who is free, breathe as one who has been brought back to life, see the world with eyes cleansed of the dust of fear. Every wound you have endured now stands as a witness to your strength. Every pain you have carried now becomes a song of resilience. And from those very cracks my light shines forth, so that not only you but all who look at you may see hope. You have not been delivered only for yourself. You are a lamp for those wandering in the night. You are living proof that no chain is forever, that no darkness is vast enough to swallow the light. Let my words become the breath within you, the new rhythm of your heart. When I say you are safe beneath my wings, it is not an empty promise, but a reality surrounding you even now. Though your eyes may not yet see, your soul feels it. Though your ears may not yet hear, your heart knows it well. You are held in the palm of my hand where no power can pull you away. Do not look at the storm and tremble. Look at me and find peace. Do not let the noise of the world drown you. Listen for my whisper in your depths. Now stand tall. Inhale deeply. Feel the fresh wind filling your lungs. Feel peace flowing into every vein. You are no longer a child of doubt, no longer a prisoner of fear. You are a being of light, of freedom, of peace. Leave the past behind like a door already closed. Step forward into a path bathed in morning light. With every step you take, I will walk with you. With every word you speak, I will speak through you. With every act of love, I will love through you. This is your moment, my child, the moment you rise from the ashes, the moment you sing in the night. Do not be afraid when the world does not yet understand you, for I understand you. Do not wait for the approval of others, for I approved of you long before you knew me. And so nothing can touch you, nothing can destroy you. You are a jewel in the palm of my hand, kept safe in holy fire. From this day forward you will walk not with the weight of doubt, but with the wings of freedom, not with a broken heart, but with a heart made whole. You are safe beneath my wings. You are loved, protected, and guided. You have entered a place where darkness cannot step, where my light shines into every hidden corner. And here you will find true peace, not the peace of absence of trials, but the peace of my presence in every trial. You will not only survive the storm, you will dance in the rain. You will not only pass through the night, you will shine like the dawn. Believe this, my child. Believe that I am here. Believe that you no longer have to suffer alone. Believe that you are already free, that the name of the one who hurt you is now only a distant echo with no power over your life, and walk on steady, peaceful, strong. You are safe beneath my wings today, tomorrow, and forever. My beloved child, let your heart grow still. Do not let the noise of this life drown out my voice. You must understand that everything that happens around you is not merely the clash of flesh and blood, but the undercurrents of a spiritual world in motion, ever testing, ever encircling. Yet do not be afraid, for my hand rests upon you, and in that hand lies power, authority above every dark force, every secret plot against you, every plan woven in the shadows I have already exposed and judged. They have no refuge, no covering before the light of truth. You were not born to fight alone, for in every breath and every step you take, I am there guiding, lifting like a father who never abandons his beloved child. Do not think that my silence is absence. Sometimes I allow you to walk into the storm, not to abandon you, but to teach you my power and presence in what seems to be darkness. That darkness is not to destroy you, but to make my light blaze brightest, so you will know it is I who fight for you, I who am the fortress where you may hide. Do not seek your strength in men or in wealth, for they are but mist before the wind. Seek me, for in me is the source of life, peace, and victory. I not only protect you from outward enemies, I heal the hidden wounds of your soul, the places you thought no one saw, no one understood. I have seen, I have known, I have counted every tear you have shed every night you lay awake. And I tell you this, not one of your tears has fallen in vain, not one of your prayers has risen unheard. My child, you have faced moments when darkness seemed to consume you, when the wicked seemed to triumph, when loss and hurt surrounded you. But even in those hours, I was quietly building for you a new path, a greater preservation than you imagined. The one who sought to steal your joy now stands under my judgment. The one who tried to destroy your peace and provision has been driven back. They no longer have power over you, for you have been appointed as a victor not by human measure, but in the shelter of the Creator. I do not let you pass through trials to see you fall. I let you pass through so you may rise in my strength and become a living witness of my love and power in this world. Remember, your cries do not rise in vain. When you pray, heaven trembles. When you weep, heaven moves. You may not see it, but I am sending forth my angels, opening doors no enemy can close, breaking chains that bind you in silence. You think you are alone, but behind you stands my host of angels, ready to protect, surrounding you like an unbreakable wall of fire. Do not be shaken by what your eyes see, for the unseen realm is greater than what is seen. Do not fear when the enemy roars like the sea, for I am the one who commands the storm to cease, the waves to still. You were not created to be a victim, but to be a witness of my faithfulness. Every wound you carry will become a story of healing to encourage others. Every tear you shed will turn into a seed of hope sprouting in new seasons. Be steadfast, my child, for the time of my action draws near. All that you see now is only the tip of the iceberg. Beneath it, I am working in ways beyond your imagination. The enemy cannot read my intentions, he can only guess. But I am the master of every plan, every step. You do not need to understand everything to trust me. You only need to hold my hand as a child holds their father's hand in a crowded market, knowing the father will never let go. Do not let the world's words shake you. Do not let delay make you doubt. My delay is not forgetfulness, but preparation for something greater than you expect. a deliverance not only for you but for those whose lives will be touched through yours. Do not let the enemy steal your vision. He knows that if you see yourself as I see you, you will fear no more. You will stand firm in your name, the chosen, the loved, the protected, the empowered. You are not weak. You are a warrior in my kingdom. You do not fight with visible weapons, but with prayer, with faith, with steadfastness in my word. This is what terrifies the darkness. This is what shatters the enemy's schemes. You may feel small, but my power within you is greater than any force of darkness. Each time you open your mouth to praise me, the darkness retreats. Each time you stand firm instead of falling, the enemy's plans are broken. Do not underestimate the power of your simple faith, for it is what I use to move mountains, to open seas, to work miracles. Listen carefully, my child. Your victory was secured not on the day you saw the miracle, but on the day I declared you mine. From that moment, every force against you was already defeated, though it may seem to prevail for a moment. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory already assured. This changes everything. It keeps you from despair when things appear to crumble, because you know your foundation is not sand, but the solid rock of me. You may shake, but you will not fall. You may grow weary, but you will not be abandoned. I am the one who will complete what I have begun in you, and no power can stop it. My child, as you walk in this awareness, do not keep it to yourself. Let the light you have received shine upon others. Let your story of victory become hope for those who are in despair. Open your heart to those I have placed around you, for sometimes in the very act of sharing, you will discover a deeper healing for yourself. You are not alone on this journey, and I have not called you to walk it by yourself. I have placed you within a greater body where others are also fighting, also trusting, so that together you may lift one another up. When you are weak, they are strong. When they are weak, you are strong. This is how I build, so that no one may boast of standing alone, but all may know that it is I who uphold everyone. Remember that every trial is an opportunity for you to see me more clearly, for your faith to be refined, for you to learn to discern my voice amidst the many noises. Every closed door is not an ending, but an invitation for you to step into a better path. I am opening before you a future your eyes have not seen, your ears have not heard, your heart has not yet imagined. Do not be afraid when you do not understand, for I understand enough for both of us. Do not be afraid when you cannot see, for I see all things. Do not be afraid when you feel weak, for my strength is sufficient for you. Do not let the darkness blur your vision, for my light is drawing near. All you need to do is stand firm, be steadfast, and trust. My beloved child, engrave this upon your heart. You do not fight alone. You do not endure alone. You do not pray in loneliness. I am here. I have been here. I will always be here. From the beginning to the end, I am the one who does not change, the one who keeps his promises, the one who holds you safely in his hands. And no power, no curse, no scheme can pull you out of these hands. Lift up your head, take a deep breath, and keep walking. I go before you to prepare the way. I walk beside you to accompany you. I go behind you to protect you. You are not alone, not abandoned, not defeated, for I am your God, the one who has secured your victory yesterday, today, and forever. My child, open your heart to receive what I am revealing to you in this very moment, for nothing unfolds outside my sight. Every storm that rages, every fierce opposition you have endured is not meaningless. They are but sharp stones scattered along the path that leads you to a new height where my light touches and transforms your life completely. Do not let the wounds inflicted by others become chains that bind your soul, for I am using even these things to forge resilience, steadfastness, and holiness within you. If you look back on the road you have traveled, you will see that not a single step was wasted, not a single tear meaningless. Every moment you endured in silence, every time you swallowed your cry of pain, I have treasured as a precious fragrance rising before my throne. Do not think that my silence means abandonment, for my silence is the very time I am preparing for you a harvest beyond what you have asked or imagined. Believe that no dark scheme can surpass the power of my hand. Those who plot harm against you think they can extinguish the spark of hope, but in truth they are only fanning the flame I planted in your heart from the very beginning. Like a seed buried deep under the soil, hidden in darkness. It is precisely that darkness and pressure which help its roots go deeper, preparing it for the day it breaks forth and grows into a strong tree. So it is with you. What you are going through does not make you weaker, but is shaping you into a stronger, braver, brighter version of yourself. In this time, I am not only protecting you with hosts of angels, but also skillfully turning every circumstance so that what was meant to harm you will become your benefit. Just as a river must flow through rocks to create a white waterfall, it is the collisions and currents that make it beautiful, and I am using all the collisions of life to craft my glory within you. When you are betrayed by the one in whom you trusted, you may feel as though your world is collapsing. But do you know it is at the very moment of your deepest hurt that I draw closest to you? I gather every tear of yours into a bottle. I engrave every sigh of yours upon my hand. There is no pain you have endured that I have not witnessed, no injustice you have suffered that I have not recorded. Those who sow the wind will reap the storm. Those who sow evil will meet evil, and those who have touched you, my beloved child, will see my hand judge with righteousness. But my child, do not let your heart grow heavy with bitterness or hatred, for that will hinder your steps into the land I have promised. Let me bear judgment on your behalf. You need only continue walking in love and trust, for this is the very key that opens the door of blessing waiting for you. I know there are nights when you sleep with your heart crying, when the smile on your lips is only a mask covering wounds deep inside. You think no one understands, no one sees, but I understand you more than you understand yourself. Every loneliness, every restless night I have witnessed. I am not only watching, I am moving in the unseen world to prepare a season of restoration for you. I am rebuilding what has fallen, renewing what has been damaged, opening before you a door no one can shut. Even in the moments when you think you have lost everything, I am arranging for you to receive far more. You are not abandoned. You are being lifted up, hidden for a time, so that when you emerge, your light will shine so brightly that all will marvel. Do not fear slander or prayers raised against your success, for no such word can pierce the hedge of protection I have built around you. Curses will turn into blessings. Lies will become a launching pad to take you further. I am using every evil to bring forth good for you. This is not just an empty promise. It is the law I have ordained. Just as the soil must be broken for seeds to bear fruit, so your soul must go through trials to produce enduring strength. Do not grow weary when misunderstood. Do not lose heart when delayed. For your delay is not your rejection, but your preparation. I am shaping within you a new person, deeper, wiser, more powerful, so that you may carry the responsibility and glory I am about to place upon you. You will witness a wonder. Those who once mocked you will see you lifted up. Those who prayed for your failure will see you bloom in the desert. In that barren land I will make living water spring forth, and in that place of darkness I will light the lamp of hope. Do not shrink back, do not bow to any power, for I have sent my heavenly hosts to stand beside you. As you fight in the visible world, they fight for you in the invisible. You are not alone on this battlefield. You have my army surrounding you, my angels protecting you, my spirit guiding you, and my word as a sharp sword cutting every chain of the enemy. My child, remember this. The financial favor, the generational blessings, the anointing you are waiting for are not lost. They are being held for the time I have appointed. When I open a door, no one can shut it. When I lift you up, no power can stop it. Every delaying scheme is but dust in the grand design I am unfolding for you. Do not be afraid, do not lose heart. You only need to keep walking, keep trusting, for your breakthrough is near. I will make every adversary acknowledge that it is I who defend you. I will reveal my righteousness before your eyes and before those who once opposed you, that my name may be glorified and you may be exalted at the right time. And when you step into the new season, you will clearly see every lesson hidden in your old pain. You will no longer look at your wounds with eyes of hurt, but with eyes of gratitude, for you will realize it was they who built the person you are today, steadfast, deep, full of love, yet not lacking wisdom. You will look back and see that I was with you all along, every step of the way, even when you thought you were lost. You will recognize that betrayal taught you to discern true friends, delay taught you patience, misunderstanding taught you silence, and deeper trust in me. All of these were not merely to help you through a phase, but to shape you into the person fit for the mission I placed on your life from the beginning. Therefore, do not be hesitant to declare your faith. Be bold and say, I believe in the one who is turning every opposition into an opportunity for me. Let that faith be not only words on your lips, but a fire in your heart, guiding every decision, every step you take. For when you believe, you will see. When you step, you will arrive. When you hold my hand, you will not fall. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, but a victor by my grace. You will not only survive the storm, but rise stronger, shine brighter, and become a witness to my transforming power. You are the living testimony of this truth. No force, no scheme, no betrayer can prevent you from the destiny I have ordained. You are covered by my unfailing love, protected by my limitless power, guided by wisdom beyond your understanding. You do not need to save yourself, for I am your Savior. You do not need to avenge yourself, for I am your judge. You do not need to fear losing your blessing, for I am the one who gives it. Rest in my presence. Let me fight for you. Let me make the way for you. Let me bring you into the season where every promise is fulfilled. I am calling you out of doubt, out of the darkness of bitterness, into the light of hope and victory. I am turning your pain into a lever, your enemies into those who push you toward the finish line, your attacks into the very platform that lifts you higher. What I am doing for you is not just for you, but for your generation, and for all who will be touched by your story and your life. You are anointed not to be defeated, but to lead, to be a lamp shining in the night for many others. You are placed not by accident, but to fulfill a plan far greater than yourself. So stand tall, lift your head high, for the Almighty is with you. You no longer walk alone on this challenging path. You are walking the route I have marked out, and at every step, my angels are beside you, fighting, protecting, sustaining. Let your heart overflow with gratitude. Let your faith grow stronger each day, for you are standing at the very threshold of what I have promised. And when you cross over, you will see that all the pain of the past was only the foundation upon which I was building the glorious house of your destiny. I have seen your silent tears, the long nights you wrestled between weariness and hope, the prayers whispered in stillness when you thought no one was listening. But I have heard. I have listened to every word, every choking sob you could not form into sentences, and now not only have I heard, but I am moving on your behalf. The curses whispered in the dark cannot penetrate the wall of protection I have built around you. Right in the midst of those dark schemes, I am speaking a blessing that cannot be revoked, cannot be erased, a blessing written into your destiny before you were even born. You will lack nothing, not because you are stronger or more capable than others, but because I am the one who provides, who protects, and who honors your steadfast faith. You will walk in abundance not only materially, but also spiritually. You will discover that inner peace, mental stability, and unconditional joy are the sacred treasures I place in your hands even before the visible blessings arrive. You will testify to my goodness not in some distant and vague future, but in this very season before this month comes to an end. I have heard your prayers for financial relief, for freedom from pressures you cannot solve on your own. You thought you had reached your limit, that there was no way out, but precisely where you see no path, I am opening a new road, one you have never seen before. My child, it is coming. Not in the way you expected, but from sources you never imagined. I am issuing commands from heaven to earth, releasing unexpected funds, unlocking delayed payments, and sending sudden opportunities to you like rain in a dry season. Not because of luck, not because of chance, but because I am honoring your faith in the midst of the storm. You have remained steadfast when everything seemed to collapse. You did not give up even when darkness surrounded you. And now you are entering the season where the seed of faith you planted will burst forth into an abundant harvest. Those who sought to harm you have now fallen into the very traps they set. Do not look at them with hatred. Look at them with peace, for I am the God of justice. I gave them time to change. I sent gentle warnings. I whispered to their souls to stop, to return. But they persisted in plotting against the one I have anointed. And now my justice will testify for you. You do not need to take revenge. You do not need to fight for yourself. I will act on your behalf. You are my chosen vessel, my anointed instrument, not someone to be toyed with or scorned. This time I am not only stopping the attack, I am reversing it. Every curse will return to where it came from. Every dark plan will collapse on its maker. Every door once shut before you is now flinging open with the sound of victory. Every delay is vanishing, giving way to powerful breakthroughs. Financial blessings that were blocked will no longer trickle but pour forth like a waterfall. I am opening advancement for you not only in work or finances, but also in position, reputation, and honor that I am placing upon you. The compensations you thought were lost will be completed. The inheritance you believed was locked away will be opened. I will not only restore what was taken from you, but repay it in multiplied measure. You will walk into new territory where my grace overflows, where those who mocked you must witness your elevation, where those who doubted you must acknowledge my hand upon your life. Stand firm in this hour, for this is no longer the time of darkness, but the time of unveiling. What I am doing surpasses your imagination. I am positioning you exactly where I ordained from the beginning. You will no longer feel unstable or anxious, for my presence itself will be your refuge. I am doing a new thing, transforming your circumstances and causing all things to work together for your good. Let your faith remain the key. Do not focus on lack. Focus on the one who provides. Do not stare at the closed door. Look at my hand opening another. Everything you prayed for in sincerity is now being answered in fullness. You will first see small signs, then great eruptions of breakthrough. You will witness financial freedom, but along with it, freedom in your mind, peace in your soul, and steadfastness on the path I have set before you. You will not only receive, but also become a channel of blessing to others, for the blessing I give you is not to keep for yourself, but to share, to become a living testimony of my love and goodness in this world. Believe that these words are not vague. This is the moment when prophecy becomes reality. This is the season where the seeds of faith you planted in tears bloom into smiles. This is the season where I bring your long-held desires to life. You have endured many trials to arrive here. Now you will enter your harvest. And this harvest is not only financial, but also wholeness in your spirit, restoration in your relationships, and strength within your very being. You are the evidence of my promise. You are the living image of my provision, protection, and favor. No curse can touch you, no scheme can stop what I have begun. You will rise head held high and testify that I am faithful, the one who hears prayer, the one who transforms your life from darkness to light, from lack to abundance, from despair to hope, from oppression to elevation. My child, listen deeply to what I am whispering into your heart right now. The things you thought were delayed, hindered, or blocked, I am now breathing. My acceleration upon them, turning them into heavenly speed. Where you once waited patiently in weariness, where you once wept alone thinking all was hopeless, I will now break every delay and turn each brief day into a season of overflowing harvest. You have spent years waiting, sowing, sacrificing, but now in a moment, in just a few days, you will see the reward pour out like a flood, overflowing every boundary you imagined. What others tried to take from your hands, to steal from your heart, to bury so you could never reclaim, I will lift up and return to you, not merely whole, but multiplied, not merely restored, but made radiant. You have already passed through the season of survival. You will no longer live in days of just getting by, just breathing, just existing. You are stepping into the heavenly season of abundance, where every limit is torn away, where grace from above pours like rain upon your thirsty field. This is not a distant dream or a promise suspended in the sky, but a reality now taking shape, saturating every corner of your life. What once made you tremble, what once robbed you of sleep, what once tightened your heart with pain, will now become your glorious testimony, the story you will tell others so they know. My hand is truly powerful. Every chain that bound you, dragged you back, or made you fall is now becoming a force that propels you forward, a springboard, lifting you to the heights I destined for you. I am surrounding you with heavenly people, bright souls, pure hearts, clean hands, untainted by deceit. You will meet them not by chance, but through divine appointments I have arranged. They will arrive at the right time, bringing encouragement, support, and opportunities as gifts from heaven. The wealth I have prepared for you is not only material but also wisdom, peace, and renewal of your soul, all engraved with your name embedded in your destiny as my seal. You are now walking beneath an open sky, no longer clouded, no longer closed, but blazing with the light of supernatural favor. Each of your steps is no longer in darkness, but in my radiance, carrying a blessing the world cannot give, carrying the power of heavenly protection. You once trembled at the words of others, once let the fear of their tongues blur your future, once worried that their lies would rewrite your destiny. But I tell you, no false word can overpower my truth. No slander can erase what I have carved in stone. No plot can destroy the plan I have designed for you. I mapped your life before they appeared. I decreed your victory before they ever spoke against you. When they try to bury you, I will cause the seed in you to sprout. When they seek to shame you, I will turn it into a crown of glory upon your head. When they try to extinguish your light, I will make the darkness a backdrop for your flame to shine even brighter. My spirit covers not only you, but your household, every brick, every breath of your family. My angels camp around your home as tireless warriors, as a fence of light, shielding from all harm. I have set a ring of fire around your dwelling, a fire that does not burn but illuminates, does not threaten but protects. Your children are embraced in my safe arms. No arrow can pierce that protection. The plans you nurture, the visions you are building, I am guarding as seeds in warm hands, not allowing storms to destroy them. Your next step is already blessed before you even set your foot down. You will no longer suffer loss. What was once taken will now be returned many times over. You will not be defeated, for you no longer fight alone. You will no longer face delay, for my time has come and your harvest is ripe. From this day on you walk not as a wanderer but as an heir, not as one afraid but as one beloved. Every step you take now carries the echo of victory, the fragrance of grace, the imprint of heaven. My child, open your heart to receive what I am doing. Do not fear that it is too great. Do not doubt that it is too swift. When I move, no hand can stop it. When I bless, no curse can cover it. When I lift you up, no power can pull you down. Every delay has vanished like mist under the morning sun. Every restraint has been broken like chains falling from a prisoner's hands. You are stepping into the land of fullness, where every seed I planted in you bears fruit, where every tear becomes a pearl of hope, where every old wound becomes a doorway for new light. Believe that what is happening to you is not a matter of chance, but the careful arrangement of my hand. I am writing the story of your life with chapters full of power, wonder, and glory. And in this story, no enemy can interfere with my authorship. You no longer have to live in fear of what they might say, do, or plot. Your destiny has been sealed by my power. No one can erase it. Your name has been engraved on the palm of my hand, and no one can blot it out. From this day forward, you will not merely be a witness to my grace. You will become a voice of hope, a light of faith, and a living testimony of restoration. Every word you speak will carry strength to lift others. Every step you take will open a path for those who follow. You will tell them of the one who turned delay into acceleration, loss into reward, shame into glory. So be at peace. The old season has passed. The new season has come. The gates of heaven are opening. Grace is pouring down. Angels are standing guard. And I, the one who holds all time, am moving everything detail by detail, so that you may step into the fullness I have prepared for you. In the days to come, you will see that they are not ordinary days, but days marked by the supernatural. You will no longer fear loss, no longer tremble before lies, no longer shrink at schemes. You will stand in freedom, in light, in blessing, and under my protection. And when you look back, you will know that everything I promised you has come to pass, and everything others tried to delay, I have transformed into momentum so you could receive overflowing reward. Be still, my child, for even in the moments you felt isolated, betrayed, surrounded by dark schemes, I was seeing all that unfolded in the shadows. No plan of the wicked is hidden from my gaze. And now, at the appointed time, I will reveal what was concealed. I will unmask the faces behind false smiles, the hands that once shook yours while holding knives behind their backs. But remember this, I do not expose them, so that you will harbor hatred or bitterness. I reveal these things to set you free, to lift the burdens you have carried so long, to make room in your heart for the deep peace of my presence. Only when you are no longer bound by resentment can you rise higher, can you step into the realm of blessing I have prepared for you. Those who tried to pull you down will be astonished to see you still standing, still smiling. They will not understand how you have kept moving forward after so many storms. But I understand. I have watched you close your eyes at night, still trembling from betrayal. I have seen you wake in the dark, your chest heavy as stone from the lies of those you trusted. I know it all, and I am transforming every wound into petals of healing. Forgiveness is not a gift you give to them. Forgiveness is the key that opens the door of the cell where your soul has been held. Forgiveness frees you from the prison of bitterness. Forgiveness is so you may be free, so you may walk lightly without the past pulling you back. I want your heart clean, untainted by the residue of resentment, so I may pour out something new, so I may flood you with grace, for no leaking vessel can hold living water. Do not worry about proving anything. Do not waste your breath answering accusations or the doubts of others. I, myself, will vindicate you. I will work wonders so that every slander becomes absurd, every accusation becomes meaningless. You need not speak, for the miracles I perform in your life will thunder louder than any defense. Those who once looked at you with contempt will fall silent when they see what I do. The blessing I pour upon you will be too great for anyone to deny. The grace I set upon your life will make those who walked away bow their heads in regret, realizing they abandoned a glorious journey I had opened for you. You will become a living testimony of my goodness. Your life will be a sermon without words, a hymn without a melody, a mirror that needs no advertisement. People will look at you and know that I, the merciful one, the just one, the mighty one, am still at work in this world. I am writing over your life a story. No human pen could ever compose a story. Only my powerful hand could craft the story of one once despised, now standing as a sign of grace. So do not let your eyes stray from me to the storm. Do not let your ears linger on the whispers of others. Do not let your heart tremble at their murmurs. For I am the one who blesses, the one who raises up, and brings down the one who judges with justice. I am vindicating you even now, not with words, but with action. At this very moment, as you read these lines, I have begun the work of restoration, laid the foundation for your victory, prepared a feast before your enemies for you to enter. Imagine this: when your adversaries thought you had fallen, you rise stronger than ever. When they believed they had extinguished your flame, it blazes brighter. When they assumed betrayal would shatter your heart, it becomes resilient, open, overflowing with love. This is what I am doing. I am turning failure into the foundation of triumph, tears into seeds for a joyful harvest, pain into holy oil anointing your life. Keep your eyes on me. When you look to me, you will find peace in the storm, strength in weariness, direction when every path seems dim. And when you place your faith in me, instead of their words, you will rise above the waters as Peter once did, walking on the waves without sinking. Do not fear, do not doubt. I am here beside you, holding your hand. Remember that everything I do carries purpose. Not a single moment of your suffering is wasted. Not one delay is random. All of it is moving you to a place higher, broader, deeper, a place where blessing is no longer limited, where grace overflows beyond counting, where peace surpassing all understanding cloaks you like a mantle. This is the place I desire for you, and to reach it you must travel light, let go, forgive, fix your gaze on me rather than the storm. I know you are exhausted from fighting alone, from proving your worth, from bearing false accusations, but you need not do so anymore. For I, the Almighty, have stepped in on your behalf. I have entered the battlefield for you. I have taken upon myself the accusations so you may be free. You only need to stand still and watch my salvation. You only need to keep your heart pure and your hands open to receive. When you bear witness to the miracles I perform in your life, you will not need to speak much, for the miracle itself will testify. Evidence will echo louder than accusation. Blessing will shine clearer than doubt. Grace will be so evident that those who once questioned you will have to admit that only my hand could have done this. They will see and declare, surely God is with this one. Therefore walk with steady feet. Lift your head high, not in arrogance, but in the certainty that I am with you. Believe that everything happening, even what you do not yet understand, is arranged by me to bring you to greater glory. Do not look at the storm. Do not listen to the wind. Do not tremble at the waves. Fix your eyes on me, the one who parts seas, calms storms, and rules over every circumstance, and know that I am doing this right now in your life. Beneath the vast heavens where I watch every breath of yours, know that even as you read these words, I am not only speaking but also acting. Even as you wonder about your future, I am quietly shifting events link by link in the chain of your life, so that everything bends in your favor. Even as you pray silently, I am moving the necessary emails, the crucial papers, the unseen flows of resources to prepare for the blessing about to pour upon you. Do not grow weary, beloved one, for you are closer than ever to what I have promised. You are approaching the threshold of breakthrough where every sacrifice, every tear, every sleepless night will stand as witness to a great miracle. Your name is engraved not only in my heart, but in the hearts of those I have chosen to uplift you. Your situation is being discussed not in lowly places, but in the highest courts of heaven, where decisions are decreed in the light of glory. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are covered by my very presence, a presence no darkness can penetrate, a presence no power can erase. The Archangel Michael, my warrior, remains by your side, never leaving you for a moment. You are protected, you are safe, you are sheltered by unseen arms, stronger than any human barrier. My beloved, at this very moment, having persevered, having walked despite the rough path, having trusted despite thick darkness, you are stepping into a realm of spiritual knowledge few have ever touched. It is not mere understanding of the mind, but the opening of the heart, the soul, the doorway I have long awaited to open for you. You are no longer merely hearing about truth, you are living in truth. You are no longer merely seeking my presence. You are breathing in that very presence. And as I reveal to you the name of the one who sought to harm you, I am also unveiling your purpose in this battle. You have never been a victim. You have never been merely a sufferer. You are the one chosen to stand tall amid the raging waves, chosen to shine even in the deepest night. You are chosen to break the generational curses that have bound not only your family, but also those who came before you. You are chosen to bring light into places where no one has ever set foot, to walk into lands thick with fear and doubt, and there to ignite the torch of hope and peace. The one who betrayed you thought you would fall, thought that the lies, the betrayals, and the shame they hurled at you would be enough to destroy your honor, your faith, and your future. They believed that by bringing you low, they could silence the voice I have placed within you. But they were wrong, for I, your God, have used their very betrayal as bricks to lay the foundation of your blessing. Every wound they carved into your heart, I have filled with my grace. Every loss they inflicted, I will repay double. What they intended for evil, I have turned for good, like a river flowing through a barren land, watering what seemed lifeless. Look back and see that everything that has happened, the silent nights of tears, the hours you prayed in desperation, none of it was meaningless. Every tear I have gathered, every cry I have heard, and it was in those seemingly lost seasons that you were being forged, strengthened, and prepared for this moment. You are no longer the fragile one you thought you were. You have become a warrior, bearing my mark, carrying my light, speaking my promises. You are not the product of betrayal. You are the testimony of transformation. You are not the remnant of a scheme. You are the witness of a miracle. My child, let my words today be engraved upon your heart like a new song echoing in your soul. As you step out of the days of darkness, you will not only carry scars, but also the crown of victory. As you look upon those who once wounded you, you will see them not with eyes of hatred, but with eyes of mercy. For you have been freed from the cycle of vengeance. You have been lifted high to see that all the evil they intended for you became the very stepping stones for you to go farther, the shadows for you to shine brighter. Believe this, my beloved. Believe that I am working tirelessly for you even when you cannot see, even when you think nothing is moving. Believe that every step you take, every drop of sweat you shed, every prayer you utter is contributing to a greater picture I am painting. Believe that nothing is lost, that no pain is wasted, that no betrayal can destroy what I have destined for you. And as you believe, you will see. You will see that email arrive at the perfect moment. You will see that document signed when you least expect it. You will see finances move like rivers pouring forth in harvest season. You will see doors open where there once were only walls. You will see hands reaching to uphold you from the highest places. You will see yourself not only surviving, but thriving, not merely existing, but soaring. My beloved, this is your hour. This is the time when every promise becomes reality. This is the time when every wound is healed. This is the hour when you rise not as a survivor, but as a victor. You are no longer a victim. You are the one chosen to break chains, to shatter darkness, to carry light into places where none dare go. And as you walk, remember, you do not walk alone. The Archangel Michael stands with you. The angels surround you, and I myself am in you, through you, with you, today, tomorrow, and forever. My beloved child, I know how many sleepless nights you have endured, how many times you have lifted your head to me with questions unanswered. When will I find rest? Why must I walk this road? How can I endure any longer? But today I reveal to you a glimpse of heaven's secret. The burden on your shoulders is not a punishment, but a preparation. It did not come to crush you, but to shape you. You have been called not to live an ordinary life, but to become a guide, a torchbearer for souls lost in the night. That is why I have taught you to trust me in the dark, to be refined like gold in the fire, to understand and feel the pain of others, so you may lead them out of their darkness without judgment, only with love and compassion. This is not a random moment. This is a divinely appointed time, the hour I begin to lift you to a height you never dreamed of. Do you see? Even as you open your heart to receive these words, I am moving in the spirit realm, loosening every chain that has bound you for years. The chains of delay, of doubt, of hidden fear, all are falling away. You may not yet see it with your eyes, but your spirit will sense the change like a fresh wind sweeping through a barren desert. I am breaking old cycles, dismantling the repeated paths that have wearied you. I am establishing new things, not contracts of men, but sacred covenants from heaven, where no power can revoke them, where no betrayer can touch them. The places where you were once wounded, I will make the places where you are exalted. The grounds where you once bowed your head, I will cause you to stand tall, steady, and radiant. I lift you not only to bless you, but to set you where the enemy cannot reach, where betrayal loses its power, where delay is nullified, where my grace becomes your armor. You once asked me when, how, why, and I was silent. You thought I was absent, but in truth I was preparing. I was not only preparing you, but also the environment around you, clearing the path ahead, removing obstacles you could not yet see. Now I answer you not with words, but with action. You will feel this change like a fresh rain falling upon the dry land of your life. You will see resources shift, no longer a burden, but a means for you to do good, to give freely, without fear of lack. You will feel your body grow light again, as if the weight has lifted, as if new life is coursing through your veins. You will see your emotions restored, your hidden wounds healed, and a new joy rising like dawn after a long night. I know the nights of unrest when your mind was like a storm and your tears fell silently on your pillow. But even now I am breathing my peace into your soul like a summer breeze, like the fragrance of a field after the rain. I am placing my favor upon your name, a favor not to make you proud, but to testify that you are mine, that you are chosen, that I have given you authority to step through doors no one else can open. This favor, no one can erase, no one can steal, for it does not rest on your merit, but on my faithfulness. It will become a seal upon your life, so that others will see and know you are protected, guided, and loved. Understand this. My child, this is not the end, but the beginning of a new season. I am bringing you into a time where your prayers not only reach heaven, but draw heaven down to earth. I am expanding your influence, not for your glory, but for mine through your life. You will see new relationships, new doors, new opportunities appear as if out of nowhere. You will see those who once doubted you come to learn from you. You will find yourself speaking words of encouragement and healing to others without knowing where they come from. It is I speaking through you. You are no longer bound by old failures, no longer limited by the past. You are stepping out of the old garment into a new one woven by my grace. Do not fear the change, my child, for it is not an ending but an ascension. I know you are weary, but that is the sign I am about to do something great. When a seed is buried in the earth, it seems dead, but that is the moment it prepares to sprout. So it is with you. The season you feel buried is the season you are being readied to rise. And now I tell you, the seed has cracked. New life is pushing upward. You will no longer be the same. You will no longer walk as before. You will no longer see life through tired eyes, but through eyes enlightened, seeing opportunity and challenge, seeing preservation and trial. I am renewing your mind, renewing how you see yourself. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the one chosen to transform circumstance. You are not a burden bearer, you are a mission carrier. You are not living merely to endure, you are living to conquer. And each time you rise, each time you refuse to quit, each time you continue to trust me, heaven rejoices and the enemy trembles. You may not realize it, but every steady step you take shakes the darkness and opens doors you did not know existed. My beloved child, mark this well. The burden is not to crush, but to prepare. What you have endured has not come to weaken you, but to make you stronger in faith, deeper in compassion, more steadfast in devotion. I have taught you to trust me in the dark so that now you may lead others to the light. I have allowed you to pass through the deepest night so that you can show others the way to the dawn. This is the moment I reveal my glory through you, not by distant miracles, but by the transformation of your very life in every breath, every step, every word. You no longer need to ask when, for the time has come. You no longer need to ask how, for I am doing it. You no longer need to ask why, for you will see the result. I am acting, I am moving, I am lifting you up, and from now on you will walk in grace, in peace, in steadiness. What once bound, you will become a monument of victory. What once wounded, you will become a story of healing, and your name will be inscribed upon the palm of my hand as a permanent seal no power can erase. My child, listen to my voice in the secret place of your soul. The one I am about to reveal to you is not a stranger. It is the very person you once cherished in prayer, the one in whom you placed your hopes in love, the one you forgave wholeheartedly, even as your heart bled. You have been patient in suffering. You once believed your endurance would transform them, once thought your gentle heart would touch the best part of them. But now you know that love is not always understood, that kindness is not always valued. They have mistaken your patience for weakness. They have mistaken the light within you for a naive shadow. They think you do not know, but I know. They believe you do not see, but I have seen it all, and I have recorded every detail in my book of justice. Now I let you see what I have seen, not so that you may harbor hatred, but so that you may be freed from the invisible chains they have unknowingly wound around your soul. Do not be surprised when the truth is laid bare. Do not tremble when what was hidden is brought to light. Do not fear that it will wound you further. On the contrary, I am showing you this not to harm you, but to lead you out of the endless cycle of pain, to keep you from imprisoning yourself in the room of bitter memories. Forgive, my child. Forgive not to excuse them, but to set yourself free. When you forgive, you untie the invisible cords binding your heart. When you release, you place in my hands the right to deal with what they have done. Vengeance does not belong to you. It belongs to me. I myself declare vengeance is mine. You need not retaliate, need not prove yourself right, need not punish anyone. I only ask you to stand still, keep your soul in peace, and let me fight for you. You have walked a long journey of loving and enduring, and I know there were moments you felt like a fool for trusting one unworthy. But I tell you, no love you have given has been in vain. That very heart of yours is proof that you belong to me, that you reflect my nature. Do not let their misuse of your kindness make you lose yourself. Do not let betrayal close the door of your heart. You are still you, a beautiful, strong, patient soul, and now I am lifting you to a higher place where you will no longer be bound by negative emotions, where you will walk lightly with a free spirit. Letting go is the mightiest act. Forgiveness is the greatest victory. You do not need to win in the eyes of others. You only need to win in my eyes, and you already have. I am the one who handles all things with justice. I will expose what they have hidden, bring to light what they have spoken, and break the schemes they have plotted. You do not need to see the outcome at once, for even now, I am working behind the scenes where your eyes cannot reach. When I act, you will be astonished at my sudden reversal. As I reversed Esther's story in a single night from threatened destruction to the salvation of her people, so I am transforming your story. The silent tears you thought were forgotten, I am turning into a dance of joy. The pain you once cradled in the dark will become a song of praise in the light. Imagine, my child, a new season unfolding before you. You no longer carry on your shoulders the weight of what others have done. You are no longer bound by rumors, slander, or betrayal. You will stand in peace, like a still lake untouched by ripples of hatred or bitterness. You will walk in freedom without glancing back at those who hurt you. You will smile when you look back, not because everything vanished on its own, but because you know heaven has vindicated you and my righteous hand has acted for you. I am the God of reversals, of swift changes beyond your imagination. You have seen delay, but you have not yet seen the breakthrough I am preparing. You have endured silence, but you have not yet heard the song I am about to sing over your life. You have grown familiar with the night, but you have not yet seen the dawn rising at your door. I am turning things faster than you think. In a single moment I can change your position, alter your circumstance, reverse what you thought was fixed. As night turns into day, as a seed bursts forth after a long winter, as a bird takes flight after being healed, you will be free and soar high into the skies I have prepared. Do not fear letting go, thinking it means loss. Letting go in me is never loss. It is an exchange. You lay down your burdens to receive peace. You step out of darkness to enter the light. You surrender control to receive my guidance. Do not look back with regret. Look forward with hope. I have seen every tear you shed. I have heard every sigh you breathed. And now I am answering by opening a new path for you, wider, brighter, more beautiful. You will realize that forgiveness has saved you, and release has unlocked for you a season of blessing you never imagined. You have loved, prayed, forgiven, and endured. That was your part. Now let me do mine. You do not need to defend yourself. I will defend you. You do not need to restore your honor. I will restore your honor. You do not need to clear your name. I will clear your name before all. You only need to stand still, hold your faith, and keep your heart quiet in my peace. When you do, you will see my power at work. You will witness what was buried, brought into the light, lies uncovered, schemes dismantled. You need not lift a hand. You only need to trust. When you look back one day, you will no longer see a story of tears, but a song of triumph. You will understand that everything I did was out of love for you. Even when I showed you painful truths, it was to protect you, to lead you out of darkness, to keep you from wandering in illusion. You will understand that love is never weakness, it is strength. Kindness is never foolishness, it is wisdom from heaven. Forgiveness is never loss, it is the victory of the soul. And letting go is not giving up, it is handing over to me, the only one who can turn all things with justice. My child, let my words today become fire in your heart. Let them burn away every remaining bitterness. Let them kindle a lamp of hope in the darkness. Walk forward courageously, gently, like one who has been set free. Believe that your day of reversal is near, like dawn after a long night, like spring after a cold winter. You will step into a new chapter of your life where pain becomes strength, betrayal becomes a lesson, delay becomes preparation, and tears become a dance of joy. My child, hear my voice deep within your soul. You are not the ordinary person the world labels you to be. You belong to a royal lineage set apart, called out from among the nations, bearing the mark of heaven. My mighty hand has covered you long before you knew it. You are entering a season of rising that no power can stop. Do not fear what I am about to reveal to you, for all of it is preparation for you to step into the land I have promised. If you fear anything, let it be only this, that you might miss these wonders if you choose silence, if you choose to stand still instead of moving forward. I am calling you not with a gentle whisper, but with a resounding voice, urging your heart to step out of your comfort zone. Trust me, obey even when you tremble, for I have gone before you, prepared the way, and lit each step. You will not fall as before. You will not lose as before. This time victory is assured, for you have been placed in a different position on a higher level. Do you know, before you uttered your first cry at birth, I had already called your name in my eternal plan. You are not an afterthought, but a chosen warrior, a messenger of light. The mission you carry is too important to be hindered by petty words, fleeting attacks, or passing pain. Each time you face the fire of trial, do not think it has come to destroy you. Recognize it as the flame that refines, burns away weakness, and forges your soul to become steadfast and pure. The fire you feel is my hand, preparing you to enter a place reserved only for those who have passed through the flames. It is not punishment but sanctification, a sign I am raising you to a level not all attain. You cannot take everyone with you on this journey, for not everyone who started with you is destined to finish with you. Some were placed in your life to help you for a season, some to test you, and only a few are chosen to go all the way with you. Do not cling to what I am trying to remove from you. Do not grieve over relationships I am closing, for I know who you need and who you do, not as you enter the new season. Those who once tried to hold you back will reap what they have sown, not because I wish revenge, but because of the law I established from the beginning: what one sows, one reaps. They dug a pit for you, but they themselves will fall into it. You do not need to lower yourself to respond. You only need to keep moving forward, for I am the one who holds the scales of justice. Remember, every tear you have shed I have collected. Every silent cry you have uttered I have heard. When you thought you were alone in the battle, I sent angels to surround you. When you thought you were in the darkest place, that was when I was lighting your steps to lead you out. You may not see with your eyes, but you can sense by faith my presence covering you, making you stronger each day. Do not fear the opposing winds, for they will strengthen your wings. Do not fear slander, for it will only be the backdrop for your song of victory. Do not fear loss, for I am preparing a fullness for you beyond measure. I am bringing you out of narrowness into spaciousness. I am moving you from the temporary into what I ordained from the start. You are no longer the one behind. You are moving forward. You are no longer in darkness. You are walking into the light. When I call you to walk, I do not call you to rely on your own strength, but on mine. I have gone before you, laid each stone on the path, removed each snare from the way, and raised invisible shields to protect you from unexpected blows. You need do only one thing: trust and obey. The more you obey, the more you will see miracles. The more you walk, the more you will see doors open. And one day when you look back, you will see everything arranged into a perfect tapestry, a tapestry not only of salvation but of victory and glory. My child, do not measure yourself by how others see you. They see only the present, but I see the future. They see your weakness, but I see the strength I have placed within you. They see your downfall, but I see your restoration. You are royalty, a child destined for a throne, not in the earthly sense, but in the eternal one, where you will stand beside me, share in my glory, and become a light to the nations. I have called you not to run away, but to rise up, not to shrink back, but to be courageous. Do not forget, every pain you are enduring is only temporary, but the glory I have prepared for you is eternal. Each time you think you have reached your limit is the very moment you are being expanded to hold more. Each time you are pressed down is the moment you are being lifted higher. Each time you are rejected is the moment I am preparing a greater door for you. And this very fire, the fire you think will consume you, is in truth illuminating you, refining you, and shaping you into a precious instrument in my hand. Beloved child, stand firm. Let your heart beat to the rhythm of faith, not the rhythm of fear. Fix your eyes on me, not on the things that are shaking around you. Remember that everything I do has a purpose, and that purpose is always good for you. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are chosen to overcome it, to rise from the ashes and shine like refined gold. You will see me turn every evil into good, every scheme into a launching pad, every tear into laughter. Do not ask yourself why some people leave you or why certain doors close. That is not the end, but protection. I am keeping you from what would harm you in the future. I am lifting burdens off you so that you can soar higher. I am freeing you from entanglements so that you can go farther. You are losing nothing. You are being prepared to receive something better. And when the appointed time comes, you will see every promise I have made fulfilled. You will enter the place where only those refined by fire can stand. You will pass through where not everyone has the perseverance to go. You will stand in the light and know that all you have endured was not in vain. You will understand that the fire I allowed you to walk through was not to destroy you, but to set you free. My child, be strong and courageous. You no longer need to fear what lies ahead. I am holding your hand, leading you step by step. You will not fall, you will not fail, and you will not be left behind. You are my chosen one, set apart and called by my name. Walk in faith, for I myself am writing your story, a story not of defeat but of resounding victory. Now, with an open heart and a reverent spirit, lift your eyes to the Creator and pour out your most sincere prayers. Almighty God, who sees every hidden thing in my soul today, I come before you with gratitude mingled with longing. I have walked through heavy days when slander and dark schemes seemed to choke the hope within me. Yet in the midst of the storm I have seen your light still shining. I have felt your hand lifting me up. Continue to anoint me so that I may not only endure but overcome in your name. Release me from every financial bondage, open doors of opportunity I have never known, that I may become a living testimony of your grace. My loving Father, who speaks blessings when the world whispers curses, I place every worry into your hands. I have asked you for provision, for relief from financial pressure, for a way out of burdens I cannot escape on my own. I believe you are at work. I believe that what I do not yet see is being prepared in silence. Grant me steadfast faith so that I do not waver while waiting, and give my soul peace as I trust you to act. Eternal and mighty one, you reign over all things. You are the giver of blessings and the righteous judge. I lay before you every scheme against me, every malicious word, and every dark hand plotting harm. I do not take vengeance myself. I leave it to you, the one who repays justly, the one who brings all things into order. Protect me from unseen swords and hidden traps of the enemy, and turn every plan meant to harm me into a step that lifts me higher. Merciful Father, I thank you, because when others speak against me, you speak blessings. I thank you because you do not let me lack, but lead me through trials so that I may see your goodness. I know that the doors opening and the blessings coming are not because I deserve them, but because of your great love. I bow before you. May I never forget your grace, never grow proud, but always remember that every good thing comes from you. Loving Father, I thank you because you have heard my silent prayers. You have not abandoned me in need, but are providing beyond what I imagine. I thank you for unexpected blessings, unprecedented opportunities, and financial breakthroughs. I lift this gratitude to you as incense. Receive it as praise to your name. Almighty Lord, I thank you because you have unlocked my inheritance, completed the compensations owed to me, and lifted me from lowly places. I thank you because you have not left me to walk alone, but have given me new strength, new peace, and even divine connections. I bow before you with a heart full of joy and gratitude, desiring that my life be an unending song of praise for your grace. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that together we may build a strong community of faith.